Hi, Caroline Clark, Posh Alignment Specialist. This morning I'm going to do an exercise which is great for knees. I started it for knees, but it's actually really good for if anyone's got any disparity in the hips. So if one pelvis side is higher than the other, then it's brilliant for bringing it all back into alignment. So we're going to start with legs straight out in front of us. You need to be like a hip's width apart. I always say a fist and a tiny bit more to the ankles and you're perfect at that position. Alright, the next thing we want to do is to see if our quads work. So I just want you to, with one leg only, just tighten that quad muscle and release. Tighten it and release. If you've got no movement in that quad muscle, I don't want your bum muscles going like this, so I don't want you going up and down in the air. I just want this quad muscle, so we're isolating 4 muscles at the front of our legs. So we're going to tighten, release. And then when you've got that working, if it won't, we need some muscle memory going on. So just tap the leg. If you tap it, it will start working. Even if it's the weeniest little movement, put your hands on and see. Again, go for the other leg and just check that's working as well. Now, this is where my exercise is getting a little bit different. We're going to get a block. I'm using high density, about 4-inch block, and I'm going to put my foot on top of my ankle. Now make sure there is a bend in the knee. I don't want the knee dropping lower than the ankle because you're hyperextending the back of the knee then, which is not good at all. So a little bit of bend in the knee, keep the foot upright and make sure the other one is upright as well. Now try that quad, try pulling it. And you're going to do 10 like that. Now, if it's not working, tap it. It is harder to work the quad now when it's in bend. But remember, when we walk, there should be a 5-degree angle at the knee as we walk. So we're not straight legs and we're not hyperextending. So this is really hard for the leg to do. Then, when you've done 10 of those, you're going to rotate in and out. So now we're getting some rotation into the hip. We've got the hip under load because the hip is now, you've got your leg off the ground, the ankle's off the ground, it's under the load, so that means that your hip flexors, your psoas, your IT band and your femoral rectus, I think that's what it's called, your front quad are working really hard, so we're engaging those. As we go side to side, there's 6 more big muscles that are getting involved. So these are adductors and abductors. So we're now actually asking the hip to start stabilising. So then I move it out to 5 past, do exactly the same again, 10 on each of quad contraction. So you're pulling that quad towards you, you're pulling the kneecap towards you, then 10 rotations and take it to 10 past. And again, pull. Can you see how I've got my knee bent? Do not let that knee drop down. All right, so knee bent and pull and release, and then rotations. All right, so you are doing 3 sets of 10. Bring the leg down and then you're going to start with the other leg. And again, at one position, quad contractions, rotations. The second, quad contractions, rotations, and the third place, quad contractions, rotations. So we are now asking the legs, the hips, to start stabilising. Then I always go to this position, which again is static wall, so my back's against the wall, and then I'm going to lift one foot and then the other foot. So what this is going to do is this is now re-establishing where my hips should be. You may feel in these muscles here, in these quads, that you get a little bit of cramp, but don't worry. If you get cramp, give it a quick woggle and then try again. If you feel that you can't do 10, so I do 5 on each leg, but I do alternates, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As I said, if you get any cramp, just give it a woggle and that should help release it. If you find you can't do one set of 10, then just do a few. It's quite hard on those quads to actually have to lift your leg. It's quite hard work on those poor old hip flexors as well. So that is my exercise today. This really strengthens knees, but because you're sitting on your bum cheeks, on those pelvic bones, this is going to start making your pelvis be in a correct alignment. So if you have one that's hooked up and one that's down, this is going to bring it back to alignment again. amazing exercise. So my website is above my head at the moment, and come and see me at my next videos. I'm not sure what I'm going to do next time, but this was quad contractions and blocked quad rotations. So see you soon. Bye.